All right, and we're live. Deadman Stone Podcast. Your host, Mr. Deadman, Becky, and SK. Our guest tonight.
Hey.
Our guest tonight, the one and only Nick Rekieta. How's it going?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me on.
You're fortunate that I actually know how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, because usually he slaughters everything.
Yeah, that's true. I like to try to add some spice to it, like a Nick Rekieta or something, like make occasion or something. But
you should. I mean,
Lord.
every the best part about my name is that judges apologize to me immediately in the courtroom. So we start off on a good foot, where the proper power structure is set, where they massacre my name and then they immediately apologize for doing so, and I'm like, yeah, that's right.
It gives you the power,
you know,
huh?
That actually, I think that actually is not a joke. I mean, to to have the judge immediately on his back foot with you, not a bad thing.
It might work. It might not. I do fine in court, so maybe it is working well. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah, but are you?
Hey, whatever works, right?
Would you be any good if your last name was Smith? That's the question.
No.
No. Be average. Be average.
Way to go, SK.
All right. Any shout outs that we need to real fast? Becky, do we have any ads we need to read?
No, but I
Okay.
have some coming up for the next show.
That'd be great. They pay the tab, we'll read it. Okay. The only other
You
thing
gotta
I could,
make a lot of them for this one.
yeah. Right.
I
Only thing
have news, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we doing news stories first, or how are we doing this?
I think we'll just jump right into Nick Rekieta, and then we'll touch on the news later on. But first, ladies, gentlemen, if you're not a patron yet of the Deadman's Tome podcast or Deadman's Tome, please consider doing so. When you become a patron, not only do you get access to everything in the library of Deadman's Tome. See, Nick, what Deadman's Tome is, it's a publisher. We publish mostly horror and dark fiction books, if you will, like anthologies.
Sure.
But the podcast is a different beast, and we invite a lot of guests. A lot of them are authors, sometimes are different various figures in horror, and sometimes not. Sometimes they're like real life vampires and everything.
And lawyers.
And lawyers. You're the second lawyer we had on.
Mm-hmm.
The first.
These guys
Who
will
is
do
the
anything
first?
for free legal advice.
You might,
Shut up,
I don't know.
SK. Damn.
The first one was Mark Whipple. He was he was invested in the cockygate situation.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he was pretty cool. Easiest stream I've ever done. I didn't have to say anything. He just kept on talking. I was like, all right, just keep on. This is good. This is good information.
That's how he racks up the bill.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I got like a fucking invoice. Jesus. But anyway,
So, just so the people in the audience know, you don't have to understand what the word tome is to be a subscriber. Just go ahead and sign up and be a subscriber, and you can figure it out later.
Yes, and
Exactly.
we have to have 500 subscribers very, very soon. And Justin, would you like to tell our guest why?
well, that's subs. That's 500 subs for the YouTube channel. Well, yeah, 500. Yeah, let's do it. 500 patrons. I'll do.
No.
God.
That's a whole different quantity.
That's the whole enchilada there, baby.
All right, what are we talking about here?
We're talking eyebrows, everything.
500 patrons would be
No,
a Brazilian.
Fucking
No,
Brazilian.
that would
Jesus
be
Christ.
everything, head to toe, baby.
Okay. So
No hair, no
Wait,
wear.
what's happening here?
you're about to find
Who's
out.
getting waxed?
Becky's
That
about
would
to say.
be Jesse. Jesse said that if
Didn't
we
say
get 500, yes, you did. So you agreed, subscribers, and even though you might have been drunk, you still agreed. We both heard it.
Yep.
That he would get his crack waxed
Oh,
live.
deforesting the canyon live, huh?
Yeah. I even volunteered to hold the damn camera.
Who's gonna hold the bit in his mouth?
That's his problem. I want him to scream. I want to hear this.
Right?
That's brave, man. So 500 YouTube subscribers, is that what it is?
Yeah, can you
help us out
can
here?
you help a girl
Nick?
out here?
This will be broadcast live?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Somehow. We'll figure all that out.
Please help me. Please. I'm begging you.
I mean,
I need this.
so worth it.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a deal.
I feel like I'm making a deal with the devil for a very low price. Shit. Man. Okay.
Yeah, well, we've already established what you are. We're just negotiating the price.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah. And Nick, not very long ago, Mr. Jesse ate fried bull balls.
Oh, Nick knows about that.
Yes.
Because we hit the right number. So now I'm up to 500.
That's right. Which is another reason why you should become a patron, so you can watch that private show of me eating bull balls. And hell, last time we had some crazy going on. What the fuck were we talking about last time? I don't remember.
You know, this is the second Nick we've had on the show since I've been here.
It is, huh?
What is it? I'm the second lawyer. I'm the second Nick. What is happening?
No, you're the better of the two Nicks.
Yeah, you are the better. You are the better. You don't want to know about the Nick. Wait, hold on. Let's see how small this circle is.
No.
Look, we can actually understand this, Nick.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Hold on, I just want to do a test real fast. Do you know who a Nicholas Passion is?
Nicholas Passion. No.
Okay.
No.
Thank God. Keep it that
You
way.
pass.
Unless you're a horror writer, you probably don't know who he is. He's a troll that lurks about. But he actually has a page on Encyclopedia
sent Jesse a dress.
He sent me a hijab. He sent
Jesse a dress.
He sent you a hijab?
Yes.
That he put on the show. Yes, he did.
Oh.
And I wore
Did
it.
you?
But then he didn't figure out how to wear it.
Did you convert to the religion of peace?
No.
I said it like 3 times, didn't I? I was drunk that night.
No, he joined the church of Chahulu or whatever.
Oh, I joined the Church of Cthulhu. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's close.
That was a different.
That was a different guy. I had to take shrooms that night. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Shit, all these guests. I was worried when I invited Nick on. I was like, I don't know. We have a lot of horror authors on the show, but then now I realize, no, we don't. We have a bunch of crazy shit coming on. Oh fuck! But I love it. So, Nick Rekieta.
Yes.
Let's jump right into it. Who are you and what do you do?
Who am I? I'm Nick Rekieta. I'm the host of what I consider to be the worst choice in title of a show that I could have come up with, and that was Law-splaining the Interwebs. And I am also a lawyer in central Minnesota, in a small town. So what do I do is, I try and teach people about the law. I try and manage a large family of homeschooled children, and I try and have as much fun doing that as possible. And I occasionally defend people against the state, the oppressive yoke of government. And I occasionally have to attack people who have harmed my clients in some way. That's what I do. But the day-to-day of it is mostly just running around after children until they all go to bed, and then I get to sit down and talk to the world. And I can't think of a better job than that.
Parents.
How many children do you have?
5.
Oh my goodness.
No wonder you drink on the radio.
How old are they?
11 all the way down to 1.
Oh,
so
yeah,
wow.
It's a good spread. They're all still pretty young, so the level of help that comes out of them is increasing by the day. But it is still a pretty hectic time.
We're raising them to mow the yard. That would be what they would be at my house.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Get them to do some chores, man. Just keep them busy.
Yeah, you gotta love it when you give the oldest one a chore and they point to the one crawling on the floor. Well, you don't ask them to do it.
Yeah, we get a little bit of that. It's not too bad. But no, we recently moved into a new place, and that's been really helpful with the whole like chores and organization and stuff. Because our old house we'd been living in for a decade and started with just one kid over there, and increased to 5. So we have filled it to the brim, and it is a disaster perpetually. And then we've moved into now a place, and that's given us time to reevaluate some of the clutter. And then it's made things more manageable. So we're getting into a routine where the kids are more helpful and participatory and stuff like that. But before, it was just there was so much that it was hard to get anything done. And it was certainly hard for a kid to know what to do when there's like a pile of stuff and they have no idea what any of it is, so. But no, nowadays it's the past month, as we've been accustomizing ourselves to this new place, has been really good and helped kind of get them focused in that regard as well. So
okay.
Aww.
Yeah, you got to keep them in line. It's going to help out with the chores eventually, more so.
I only have 2 kids, but let me clue you in to there will come a day, and you won't even be able to anticipate it, where the day will come when you load everybody up into the car and you're a mile down the road and you go, holy shit, we didn't bring anything but the kids. And you'll just be amazed.
I would be like, oh, holy shit, who did we leave at home?
Oh, man. It's a hassle.
And this is why I don't have children.
It's a hassle. And I don't even want to complain, though, because Nick is 5. I only have 2. What?
Yeah, Jessica, you do know what causes that, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to have a 3rd.
Okay. Well, if you check out the chat, there's a certain chatter in there called the Real Lady Rackets, who did say 2 is harder than 5, and that is true.
Well, really?
How's 2? Okay, well, I'll take it. 2's harder than 5, but they're not homeschooled though.
You gotta trust the word of experience, right?
Yeah. 3 is harder than 2, but 2 is harder than 5.
Mm.
So once you get past 3, it gets easier.
Okay.
So either
it doesn't get cheaper.
Either have 1 or 4.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Is that the advice?
Yeah, that's legal advice.
Mine.
Everybody have 4 kids. Have 4 kids.
Or 1.
I mean, daycare is fucking expensive.
Well, I mean, first of all, you got to start off with, should we have any? And that's a really big question. That's a big step, is going from 0 to 1. And, and there's so many things to factor in, like Becky says, will we accidentally leave the kid somewhere?
My dad left me at church when I was little. He did. He got home and my mother said,
Becky.
No.
He's right, though, probably. When he got home and my mom said, where's Becky? And my dad said, oh, did I take her with me? My mom said, you come back and get her right now. Unfortunately, I was about 7 and was on the way home with a friend of theirs on the back of his motorcycle.
Oh, so you were passing in the night.
Yeah.
The worst.
So, yeah.
All right.
I mean, who hasn't been left behind by parents?
Man, I can tell you stories. Man. Hell, I spent most of my childhood just raised in the freaking shed. And, my mom's such a saint, though.
Jesse, you still live in the shed.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's because I did a show on New Year's Eve and I should have been spending time with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
And 8 bull balls and had nasty gas. So she says.
Yeah. So I'm perpetually on a shit list, pretty much.
Is Nick still on the show?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably sorry.
All right. Now let's get serious. Serious.
Dun dun dun.
Seriously, no jokes allowed.
No jokes.
Oh Lord, we're screwed.
I gotta go.
You know. All right. No. So, okay, tell us about your law experience. Okay, before we go into, you know, any sort of advice you have for writers, things like that. Any advice you can give for free, that is, or unless you're going to send me a bill.
Well, I have to preface this. Nothing I say is legal advice. I do not have a client attorney relationship with you or anybody else or anyone who may be listening.
Yeah.
If you think I do, first contact a psychiatrist and then contact a lawyer in your state to get proper legal advice. The legal advice that I can give out for free is very, very limited. It's very generic and basic things like always contact a lawyer who's in your jurisdiction and practices in the area of law that you need if you want legal advice. That's the gist of what I can say to someone as safely as possible. But I can talk about
lawyers are such killjoys.
Yeah, we're no fun. No fun at all. But I can talk about legal principles and give people direction on you know, certain ideas and general concepts
and principles and broad ideas. Yeah.
And here's what I can say to writers and creators of any kind out there. One is this is the weakness of creators. There's a hole in dealing with the stuff that they create. And that's because they're focused on making things, they're focused on telling stories, entertaining people, all of that stuff. But there's a big gaping hole in managing what that property is. Now that starts with insulating yourselves from liability in all sorts of ways, properly creating an entity to own the IP that you're working with or creating, making sure that your contract dealings with other people, the contracts are reviewed, that the contracts are favorable, that you negotiate good terms, that you recognize that your work does have value. And that's the reason that you're sitting at the table with someone in the first place, is because they think they can make money off of your work. So make sure that you're being protected in that process. And unfortunately, the best way to do some of these things is to hire or befriend and buy lots of drinks for an attorney. And the reason you want to have an attorney on your side for this stuff is because they'll tell you the simple parts of IP law when, a publisher says, well, actually, if you write stuff for us, we're going to own it. Or if they don't say that and just assume that you know it, that if you're working as an employee for some sort of publishing company and you start creating stuff for them, they're likely going to own what you create unless you have a specific provision in your employment arrangement with them that makes it so that you retain some of your rights or all of your rights. And knowing where those boundaries are is important. And knowing that it defaults one way or another is also important. So, again, I would strongly recommend people talk to a lawyer, talk about setting up an LLC or some other type of entity to own what you create, so that you have a layer of insulation between you and something else. Because imagine you accidentally have a copyright infringement sort of issue that genuinely is an accident, but as an early writer, that can be devastating or crippling to your career. If an entity owns that, it's possible that you can get sort of liability shield and protect yourself from the devastating costs of that type of lawsuit. In various ways.
And I was about to jump in there when you said the copyright infringement. There was even a situation, I mentioned Cockygate just recently.
Trademark.
That was a trademark thing, and that whole thing was such a bitch move. So she gets a trademark for the word cocky. So everyone's been throwing the word cocky a lot of romance writers, whatever, and erotica shit.
For years.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden they get slammed with these like notices, takedown notices from Amazon, because Amazon doesn't want to deal with it. I mean, they're not going to keep it up if they're going to get sued, right?
Right.
Yeah, it seems like most platforms, their first response is to comply with a takedown request, and then sort it out later. Yeah,
and let me explain. That's the DMCA process generally. And the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, the DMCA process, is a legal process that is separate from a copyright action, but it's kind of tied into copyright law. And this is another reason why you want to have an attorney around if you're putting up work on the internet and distributing it that way, is because you may end up with one of these DMCA takedowns and not know like what's going on, because the language that they use in a DMCA takedown is very serious. They talk about it starting legal proceedings and all of that stuff. But the way DMCA works is, let's say you publish a book to Amazon Kindle or whatever, you're self-publishing to Amazon Kindle. Someone sees it, decides that it is infringing on their property. They'll send a DMCA takedown request to Amazon, which is basically free, which makes it infinitely less expensive than a copyright lawsuit. So whether or not it's actually infringing, they can file this DMCA takedown if they have a good faith belief that it is. And then Amazon will take it down. That'll be their first response. And then they will probably provide notice to you that the takedown occurred and allow you an opportunity to respond to that notice. At that point, you decide if you want to provide a counter notice or not. If you don't provide a counter notice, your content is down and nothing really happens further with Amazon. Now, that doesn't mean that a copyright lawsuit isn't going to happen. And this is the most important thing that people miss with DMCA, is that the status of the DMCA takedown is completely separate from a copyright action. So if you get a DMCA takedown and you just say, okay, fine, it was taken down, they can still file a copyright infringement lawsuit if they want to. Even though it was taken down, they got their DMCA request. If you counter and you are I guess triumphant on the counter, and I'll talk about that in a second, but if you counter the DMCA and then they put your content back up, then they can still sue you for copyright infringement, because Amazon as a host isn't making a decision legally whether or not this is infringing or not infringing, or whether or not it even really complies with DMCA or doesn't. I mean, they take a tiny little peek and determine the risk level that they're comfortable with. But they really want to go through the DMCA process, which is the notification and then the counter notification. So
gotcha. I have to guess that the counter notification is probably going to be more difficult and complicated than the initial notification, and not something that somebody's going to want to tackle individually on their own.
I mean, you can. It's not. I always have to recommend like contacting an attorney to talk about it. It's not super expensive to deal with a DMCA takedown notice, but it isn't free. If you involve an attorney, it's going to cost money, maybe even a couple $100 in the long run, which for a new writer can be very, very expensive. Absolutely.
But if you don't know the ins and outs of the process, you could fuck it up.
Pretty much. But basically, with the DMCAs are supposed to be for the everyman and not really supposed to require an attorney. There are benefits outside of knowing the process to using an attorney, like they'll take over representation. So you might be publishing anonymously, for example, and someone does a DMCA takedown, and then when you provide your counter notice, you have to give, for example, your name, your address, things like that. Yeah. And if you've done that anonymously, then providing that counter notice means you'd have to break your anonymity to this person. If you hire an attorney to do it, the attorney's office would be listed as the representing agent, and their information would go through the system. So that provides you a little shield on your anonymity that way.
Gotcha.
But
I have another question along these lines.
Yeah.
And that is, as an attorney, let's say you've sent some kind of legal threatening letter to somebody about anything in particular. It doesn't have to be copyright or anything.
Sure.
And you get a response. Do you, as a lawyer, do you respond differently if you get a letter from a non-lawyer individual versus another attorney?
Yes.
And why is that? And what is the difference?
Because you might tell the non-lawyer, hey, just so you know, thank you for your response. It doesn't mean anything. that was completely pointless. Why'd you even send it? Just so you know, I'm not your attorney. You cannot contact me for any information. If you do contact me, I will tell you what I've told you in my previous letter, and then I will recommend you to contact some other attorney to get help. Because you're not really allowed to, as an attorney, communicate with the opposing party if you know they're unrepresented, because the risk would be that they would be under the impression you'd be giving them legal advice, which of course you're not going to do. And so you don't want any sort of confusion there. With another attorney, you just respond back with like, "You shut your mouth, you dirty dirtbag."
But in Latin.
Yeah.
So what if you're dealing with an incompetent attorney like Landau?
Well, we saw a little bit of that, right, in the lawsuit where Greenberger and Munoz, you could tell in their letters to Landau, they were absolutely baffled by what they were dealing with. And
which case are we talking about?
This is the Maddox versus Dick Masterson lawsuit.
I watched that podcast. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was. I think, I don't know, when I go back and try and listen to it, it's not as fun. But I think that's all just tainted by drama.
Isn't that where you first started, like on YouTube?
Yeah, that was my first. I mean, I had some videos up, but they were literally like I just needed a place to upload something so I could share it with a friend or whatever. They weren't. There was no intention for those. And then I did the same thing with the first Maddox video. Maddox sued Dick Masterson for $20 million. I start reading that document, and then about 10 minutes into reading it, I was sitting on my couch with Lady Rackets, and about 10 minutes into reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to stop, and I'll just go read this on camera, and I'll upload it to the Facebook group. That was my whole purpose. There was no, like, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. And so I did the first video and epically screwed up by clicking on Encyclopedia Dramatica without ad block up. And then I did the same thing on the second episode, and they both ended in the same way with some catastrophic viral failure on my computer. And
that was hilarious.
And then people started asking me to do more YouTube stuff. So that's how my channel started. But it was all really just made for the Facebook group and to just kind of poke some fun at Maddox. And I never thought that the lawsuit would get as stupid and crazy as it did, because I thought it would be thrown out. I thought it would be settled out for like $50 and sorry or something. Any number of reasons to not pursue that as far as it went.
I don't know. Maddox is like the gift that keeps on giving in a very bad way, at least for him.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny how technical difficulties work. As soon as you're mentioning that, there was like a little glitch on my side on my little voice meter thing. I had to change it real fast, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's Nicholas Passion.
It's Nicholas Passion. You gotta Google this guy.
You forgot to pray, damn it, Jesse.
I did. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nick. I know you're like a religious man.
I am.
I try not to swear. I try not to use the Lord's name in vain. I'm also a religious man. Well, at least I should be. I'm a deacon at a church, but it's a church I grew up at, so it's in a small one, and it's like, all right, well, I gotta take this serious.
Do they know you eat bull balls?
Yeah. How many? Can we live stream the anal canyon waxing to the church? Like, can we watch that in the sanctuary?
Yes. What?
Oh dear Lord in heaven!
To make it kosher, what I'll do is I'll find.
You're gonna make waxing your crack kosher.
Yeah. To make it kosher, what I'm gonna do is I'm
kind of mixing religions there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think so too.
Totally, on purpose. Anyway, no.
No, you weren't.
Gonna have a Jewish guy do it? No.
A moil.
Gonna have someone.
You're gonna have a man wax your crack? Really?
No.
God.
Nah, here in the Houston area, it should be easy to find some Vietnamese chick that'll wax it.
I've already told you that if I'm paying for it, by God, I get to pick.
Wait, did you say? Right. Did you say you're down in the Houston area?
Yeah. Yeah, I live in the Houston area. Can be any more specific. You know what YouTube is.
I'm going to find the man with the biggest hands I can find in Houston.
That's some big hands in Houston.
No man.
I'm telling you.
It's going to be a petite Asian chick.
Oh, no.
That little tiny chick.
Your wife will kick your ass.
I was born in Houston.
Oh, really?
Really?
That's
yeah,
sweet.
I grew up near, let's see, I guess I grew up in Inwood Forest Village, which is over by Gulf Bank in Little York, West Gulf Bank in Little York.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up over there, right next to Acres Homes, so that was nice. Yeah, it's on the northeast side of Houston. Is where that's where I grew up until I was about 10. Then we moved up to Minnesota. So, but yeah, I head down to Houston fairly regularly, and consume.
Is Acres Homes? That's not the bad place, is it?
It was. It sure was the bad place. It's better now. But yeah, it's still bad. All the houses are on blocks with Cadillacs in the driveway. Yeah.
The reason I say that, and I can't go into full detail of my line of work. Obviously, YouTube doesn't pay my bills or anything. Not even close. It doesn't pay any jack shit of anything. But let's just say what I do. Someone had an assignment over there. I was like, oh shit, you have to go over there. Oh fuck. That's not our normal stopping ground. That's not where we normally go. It's like, oh, you might want to take a few police officers with you if you can. But Harris County,
I would not want to do what you're talking about.
No,
in that neighborhood.
No, you go knocking on a door, be like, I need to talk to you about how you raised your kid.
You knock from the side. Right? You you stand off to the side of the door and you knock very politely and then back your head up a little bit in case the bullets come through.
Oh man. No. You know,
that's where I went to that's where I grew up. There's a little elementary school right between, it was built just before we moved, and it's right between Acres Homes and it was called Inwood Forest Village.
Okay.
But yeah,
and then you can help me find a waxing parlor.
Oh, it shouldn't be hard. Actually, right over there they have multi businesses in those parts of Houston.
Oh, the nail salon and tire shop and hardware store.
Well, we're gonna have to find it. We're gonna have to find it more south. Okay, I'm like more on the south side. You know,
but you can travel.
There's literally fried chicken auto detailing nail salon in Acres Homes.
That is a good combination.
So, what if they get confused and put fried chicken in your crack?
Would that matter? Would that matter at this point?
What do you know?
And would I even have a say so, Becky? Because I feel like I have no say so.
No,
in this.
you don't. You really don't. I got this. You're screwed.
Oh my god! I got drunk one night and I agreed to this. Apparently, I know you can't give me legal advice, but I was pretty drunk.
You weren't that damn drunk. Don't even.
Oh, this is let me just go ahead and say this promise is binding 100%.
Oh, fuck.
Or you try and get out of that.
Yeah.
But you see, here's the other thing.
Nick is now my hero.
It's okay, but I totally get that he's saying that just because he wants to see it.
No.
Well, I don't know that he wants to see it, but he definitely wants to know about it.
Well, okay, he wants it to happen. Yeah, let's put it that way.
I don't know.
I just want to say, I did tweet this out on Twitter. And Church of Failure, I think, is going to help me out. He says, I'm not sure if that'll gain or lose subs. And I said, let's get them up and put a mic up so we can hear the follicles scream. So you need to have an accessory mic right near the tearing.
Okay, we can do this. Oh my gosh, you are now my hero.
We'll create this setup. We'll do it. And I'm a man of my word. I said I was going to eat the boo balls. I ate the boo balls.
Are Are you going to use hot wax or cold wax?
At this point, it doesn't matter. I'll just choose whatever's cheapest.
Oh, it does.
It does?
Yes.
All right. We'll see what happens. They're going to have questions. Be like, you can't record this. They'll probably say in Vietnamese. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Be like, oh,
Yeah, like, say I don't speak English and just let them go.
oh shit. No, but it's cool, man. So you were born and grew up in Houston. I mean, you're more Houston than me then, because I wasn't even born here. Fuck. You know? Damn.
Yeah, but do you know the most important part? Where do you get breakfast?
Breakfast.
Like on your average day.
Oh, breakfast here is good. I mean, my area, man, there's taco trucks all over the place, and that's
what?
Fucking...
No, you go to Shipley's.
Oh, Shipley's is good too. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get some kolaches, some donuts, chocolate milk.
What the hell is a kolache?
Oh.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
See, SK don't know what that is either.
You guys don't know what the fuck a kolache is? Is that really a southern? That's not a southern thing, because I know. Becky,
No, I would know what it was then.
it's not just a
Really?
Texas
You don't
thing.
know what a kolache is?
No, sir.
No, I've never heard the word.
Okay.
Me neither. I had
So-
to really listen to what you said. So.
A kolache is basically a sweet, like a sweet roll or sweet bread wrapped around some sort of sausage. And the sausage can vary, and you can put other stuff in there like cheese, jalapeno, whatever you
I think
want.
we're straying off topic here. Let's keep it to food, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
It's delicious though, and no, that Shipley's is cool. Don't get me wrong, but if you want,
But you put sweet roll in.
Oh, no,
with
Shipley's
a
is your-
jalapeno.
Baseline.
if you want,
Shipley's is-
yeah, because if you want special kolaches, there's like these Vietnamese donut shops that they have like boudin in the freaking kolache.
Yeah.
They have the
Yeah, you gotta
Texas,
get your boudin,
Texas
your boudin
Hill
pigs.
sausage, Country Hill Boy
You gotta
sausage.
get your Earl Campbell sausage.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
Yeah, you get the Earl Campbell sausage in there. That's
Oh,
the-
y'all are scaring me.
It's
Oh,
not,
you gotta get some kolaches. You gotta
Yeah.
have those in your life somewhere.
Becky.
There's always
like it's kind
We
of like
have pigs in the blanket.
That's
but,
kind
I
of
mean,
it. That's kind
Yeah,
of it.
see,
Yeah, but
up
it's not
here
a
in the
sweet roll. I mean, it's not sweet bread.
Seattle area, our sausage and our cinnamon rolls are on separate plates.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, well, that's because you're in Seattle where nothing is good.
Oh,
I'm
burn,
sorry.
Burn.
It's
you
not-
probably eat Chinese in Minnesota, for crying out loud. And that's like suicide.
Oh.
eating Chinese
Lord.
in Minnesota.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
eating Chinese people in Minnesota is not safe.
No,
I will
no.
say.
Don't eat the Chinese. You got to eat their food. Jesus Christ. Talking about cannibalism here. Which,
I don't
by
know
the
what
way,
they do in Seattle. That's the weird. That's
Well,
a-
they
They
have, like-
eat sushi.
They have like hobo tent cities and shit. I don't know what they do either.
They eat sushi and raw fish. Ew.
I'll eat sushi. I like sushi.
Oh,
Sushi's
no.
good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, actually,
No.
we should keep this focused, though. There's a very important
sorry.
question.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
Every now and then, there are writers that listen. And I don't know about you, but heart writers are known to Google some weird shit, for research.
Oh, yeah.
What can you say about that? Anything they should do to protect themselves? And because what if the NSA or FBI just goes, what's Jesse Deadman? Oh, I'm sorry, what's Mr. Deadman searching right now? Oh fuck, how to get rid of a dead body? Oh shit, fuck.
Gauge midget porn.
Hey, horror writing covers all topics. No, so practically speaking, most people aren't going to run into this issue. But if you are going to Google search something questionable, one, don't use Google to do it. use DuckDuckGo. And two, go ahead and get yourself the Brave browser.
Mm-hmm.
And, use the incognito mode on the Brave browser, or for extra protection, use the Tor protected browser incognito mode that's built into Brave. and that will basically encrypt what you're doing. It'll provide a blank on the outgoing data and incoming data, and that's a good level of protection for your average person. And if you need to Google anything like more serious than that, well, consult an attorney.
Okay, sounds good.
But no, like in all honesty, like I have to Google all sorts of weird, or I have to look up all sorts of weird stuff, because like I'll have a client come in who's charged with, making, an illegal drug, right? And it's like, oh, well, I have no idea how they even do that, and if the cops are looking for the right thing, so I have to like find out how to make this illegal substance.
Oh gosh,
so it's kind of weird.
How do I make meth? How do I cook meth?
Exactly.
By the way, Breaking Bad, they don't actually give those details away.
No,
just saying.
Yeah.
Tried to follow the recipe, didn't work.
They clearly leave some steps out. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
Well,
you're showing your hand there, SK.
One of my early clients had to was charged with. Well, he wasn't charged with making wax. He was charged with having marijuana, and the allegation was that he had used it to make wax. And so I had to find out like what was involved. Yeah, marijuana wax or marijuana honey or marijuana resin. But it's basically, if I understand the process, you kind of soak the marijuana in butane, and you do a controlled burn fueled by the butane, which will force the THC out into like a honey or a waxy resin on a sheet. It's like concentrated THC. It's very, very strong. And it can be, you can use it in like vape type systems and stuff after it's.
That sounds like an awful lot of trouble for a drug.
Yeah, just smoke
for a
some
drug
weed.
user,
Fuck.
Yeah,
how much THC do you need in your system? Just smoke a fucking bowl or whatever. Jesus Christ. But
well, it takes your big plant and puts it down into a little tiny vial, of concentrated stuff. So and some people, like I said, once you have that wax, you can use it to make like an oil for like an e-cig or whatever. So you could actually just vape it in public and people wouldn't really know.
Well,
so
that baffles my mind because I don't know how most people act when they're fucking high, but there's no way I could function. I don't think. Jesus Christ. It's been a while. It's been like college days and shit, but I don't know. Okay. That's weird. Just people just getting high in public, just walking around.
Yeah.
Well, out of their mind.
I don't know. You walk around the right place and you walk around Acres Homes and you'll see people high in public all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, are they really achieving in society? You know what I'm saying?
Sitting at the bus stop in front of Walgreens is fine. Like, who cares if they're there for 4 hours?
Yeah. What are they doing? All right.
So I got a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the lawyers for Felicia thinking in this, trying to trademark this fucking word, cocky? I mean, how could you... If somebody came to you, you'd probably go, "Yeah, no, that's really not going to work."
So
what kind of thinking process?
Cocky, right? Like it was just the word cocky.
Yeah, for a series. So she trademarked it for a series of books, and then started harassing people who had the word anywhere in their title.
Yeah,
right.
The author name
Insisting
too.
that they take it down.
Yeah,
and she wasn't the first to use it in a series title by several years.
Yeah, I don't know. With her patent or her trademark application may have been done without representation.
I think it was.
No, it was. It was. I read it.
She was represented for the applicant. Wow. I don't know. Maybe he just saw a dollar sign.
It's probably the same reason why Landau took Maddox. And haven't been a follower of Nick for some time, and well, I can't hide it. I'm a fucking dickhead, you know. I don't know. I think the theory that Landau took Maddox, I think that's it. I think he saw money in that motherfucker. It's like, you idiot, I'm gonna milk you dry. You want to sue someone for calling you, for making fun of you? You go ahead and you write that affidavit, and I'll send it out because it was written so poorly. It was like Maddox.
Yeah, but I think Landau wrote it.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just based on the motions and stuff that followed, there are very similar errors and very similar usages of language. I think Landau may have written that initial complaint as well. Here's the thing with Landau. I absolutely think that he saw money opportunities for Maddox, or for him to make money off of Maddox. And I do think he thought that they could get a quick settlement. And then when it didn't go to that settlement, that he didn't know what to do. And like he didn't have a plan.
Shakedown money.
That.
Yeah. He thought Dick was going to settle. He ain't going to settle. That motherfucker's going to go all the way to the end.
Right. And I mean, the weird thing is, what if instead of Dick and Asterios paying 25 to 30 grand a piece, they had each just paid Maddox 10? Well, right?
That would be cheaper, but then it'd be like, the show wouldn't have that saga, you know? It would be
no. He miscalculated, right? Like that was the thing. That's why they included Patreon. That's why they included Weber Shandwick. That's why they included Dick's company. They were hoping that someone out there, if they just push enough buttons, would go ahead and just give Maddox $10,000 per party that'll pay him to shut him up, and then they'll be done with it. But then it didn't work, and he kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and then he did. I mean, he left Maddox at a crucial time, and it appears he left him to get out of some sanctions. And the weird thing is, Maddox isn't the first or last guy that he did that to.
Yeah.
He's done that before at the exact same spot, and he did it again. Dick almost had a guy that he did it to recently on the show.
Yeah,
but the guy wasn't able to call in because of his legal situation is still really bad.
That's right.
So you're saying the lawyer for Maddox bailed on him?
Oh yeah, he did. He
oh man.
He got to a point where Maddox is guilty of perjuring himself in the initial complaint. He admitted to it in a sworn affidavit. He kept up the perjury with like 3 other sworn affidavits and then admitted to it later. And all of that was under Landau's watch. And then right when that all kind of came to a head, Landau skedaddled out of town, had an application to withdraw. I wish Maddox would have still been watching my show, because I warned him. I said, he's trying to get out of this, and he's gonna try and stick you with the bill and with liability. And he made an arrangement with Maddox, basically that, as far as I can tell, that all of the outstanding balance was forgiven, which would have been, maybe $100,000 of legal fees that he forgave, and then he walked away from it. So, but he's still in it though, because the sanctions hearings will include Landau as well.
So he has some liability in this.
Oh yeah, I said from a very early point that I thought Landau was taking Maddox for a ride and was giving him very, very bad advice, and he should consult a malpractice attorney. Because what Landau was doing, he seemed to know that they were lying to the court. I don't know if he did or not. Obviously, I don't know what discussion went on between Maddox and Landau, but the way whoever wrote that initial complaint, basically, I take it, SK, you didn't follow all of this drama.
I didn't. No, all I know about it is the one podcast of yours where it blew up at the end, your computer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what happened is, in that first podcast, I think it talks about this Heather S., a reporter from this other company from a big magazine publisher, Condé Nast, and Heather S was in quotes, right? Which to them meant not actually Heather S, but there really was a Heather S that worked for Condé Nast. And so what it was Maddox sending out these emails pretending to be Heather S, a journalist reporting for Condé Nast. And he was sending out emails to Asterios' employer trying to get him fired. And so they didn't say that in the initial complaint. They said a reporter from Condé Nast was sending out these emails, and then eventually Maddox admitted that it was him. And so all of that, you know, the quotation marks around either the Heather S or the reporter or whatever, the quotation marks indicate that whoever wrote that form knew that that lie existed. And I think that that was Kevin Landau. And if that's the case, then yeah, he should be sanctioned, and Asterios should be going after him almost more than Maddox, because the Landau group can actually pay. And I don't think Maddox can.
No, he's broke. Wow. Holy shit. I mean, I followed this since the beginning pretty much, but just hearing that again.
That's astonishing, really.
And we thought,
it's pretty embarrassing.
Now I'll say, I thought the trolls and the lurkers in the horror community go low, and they do. We had a guest on who had a death has a death threat on him. A whole group of people just because someone didn't like their fucking book. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Buy a different book.
Yeah.
No
you
shit.
don't kill anybody.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Let's move into the news. All right, Becky's back.
Okay.
News babe. Put on the news. Sorry.
News
Put on the news. What do we got?
Okay. Well, the first one is people just shock me. But anyway, the first one, they do. The first one is man fires into Oklahoma City Taco Bell over sauce.
Does that mean he missed the sauce?
He fired over the sauce.
Yeah.
No, it's because he
high and to the right.
He didn't get the damn sauce he wanted.
Well,
so
they never give enough fucking sauce. How many times do you go to Taco Bell?
that doesn't mean you go shooting people, Jesse Deadman.
Well, it does. Well, I gotta hold my tongue. On that.
If you ask for some hot sauce and they give you that mild water, you need.
I'll squirt that in their eye. Just break that pack right there. Just.
You may need some Colt 45 representation.
Yeah.
Well, they did shoot the drive-through window out.
Jesus.
From the inside?
No, from the outside.
Okay, so they were at the drive-through.
Yeah.
They didn't get the sauce they wanted, so they pulled a gun and shot the drive-through window.
Okay.
Where was this?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I've never been. I gotta visit Oklahoma.
Is that
City.
even a crime in Oklahoma?
I don't even know.
It's so hot in Oklahoma. I mean, you don't have time to not get your sauce, correct?
Yeah, I mean, because it just escalated quickly right there, right at the freaking window. Hey, where's my sauce? Okay, I'll get you your sauce. No, motherfucker, where's my... He starts firing? Like, it could have been like, I'll give you your sauce. But no.
I don't know. I think maybe you might be misrepresenting the level of customer service that the Taco Bell window person was giving.
Yeah, I think there was not much service there.
No.
Yeah.
But I've got an even better one.
I need some sauce. Open your mouth, buddy. I'll give you some sauce.
I'll give you some lead.
So what would you do if that was your client? I mean, I'm just curious.
If my client
was
if
the
you-
shooter or the shootee.
Yeah, if your client was like shooting up a Taco Bell over hot sauce, I mean, would you
Try and plea
Tell him
deal?
to get representation in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that'd be the first.
Sorry, Jesse.
That'd be a tough one. I think
We'll delay extradition as long as possible.
if if I had to guess what was going on in that person's life, I would think that might not be their first firearms offense. If I had to,
would say you're probably right, and the gun probably was not registered.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck. That's true.
But you try and figure out the case. If there is some sort of way to argue against it, like maybe there's no video of the incident, maybe the witness can't properly identify the person, who knows, then you try and argue it that way. But if all of the stuff, they got it on video, which I'm sure they do, if all that kind of adds up, then you start trying to figure out maybe your client has a drug problem, and you could convince them that the drugs were in control and that rehab is a proper solution as opposed to jail or something like that. But it's going to highly depend on the individual situation of the client.
Gotcha.
They don't have a description of the man, and no arrests have been made.
He was right at the window. He was right at the window, and they didn't catch the guy.
Right. Well, the workers locked themselves in the bathroom. Video. Hello. Doesn't say if there was any.
Man, I think there'd have to be some video of that.
Yeah, there has to be some.
Maybe they're in luck. Or of course you would say that the person asked you to shoot. Like, they had a problem with the window. They were asking for help to get out.
Yep.
The only solution you had was to bust that thing down.
Well, Nick, what happened is
the manager was fondling the cashier.
Yeah, it was a Me Too situation. I was trying to help. You see, Nick, I'm totally right here. It's 2018, 2019. I want to be progressive. I don't want to see a woman get assaulted there.
Right.
Let's pop that window open.
Or peppered.
Or
tossed.
Yeah.
Exactly. That window had information leading to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. That had to go.
Yep. All right. What's the next one?
You don't even want to know.
Do I?
Yeah, we definitely
do. Okay,
go
to the next one.
Oh, well, you've got to know, though.
You all told me this.
So, Egypt woman jailed for 3 years for sexually harassing a monkey.
What the fuck? For real?
Well, what did she do? Ask him out? And he said no?
In a strange turn of events, a woman in Egypt has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for sexually harassing a monkey.
And
she's been charged with inciting debauchery and committing an obscene act in public. She was seen laughing while touching the genitals of a monkey at a pet shop. She had been making sexual innuendos as people around her laughed.
Fucking
she was detained in October for 4 days, but the period was increased to 15 days by public prosecutors.
15 days?
That's what it says.
That's it?
She was diddling.
In her statement, the prosecutor said she did not mean to abuse the animal and had been rather surprised by its reaction. She also claims that the video had been posted on the internet without her knowledge. I'm sure it was. It was not a first-time offender.
What?
Has been charged with in 2 other public moral cases.
What?
Listen, as a public service, I want to announce that the term "spanking the monkey" is a metaphor.
This woman goes around and jerking monkeys off? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know.
She's a repeat offender of jerking monkeys off. Huh? Where's the hashtag MeToo campaign for this monkey?
And not blowing.
I think if she went to monkey court, she would absolutely have been acquitted.
Well, it gives a whole...
That's because they see no evil.
Yeah.
Oh my God! This gives a whole new meaning to shit-raping monkey eaters.
Oh,
shit-eating, something like that. I don't know how that goes.
It'd be like that.
Shit-eating, monkey raping.
Was it
monkey raping shit-eaters? That's what it is.
Raping monkey shit-eaters.
Wow. No.
What?
Monkey raping shit-eaters.
Monkey raping shit. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Don't even ask.
The other thing is,
according to the article, there's some kind of video about this, and I am not going looking for it.
I gotta find it.
I am not either.
I gotta find it to to play it on stream. Not on YouTube, maybe on stream or something. I don't know what I could play it on. But the picture I got for this is horrible. It's the only one I could really find. It's so grainy and blurry. It's like fucking A.
Well, that's just because Egypt hasn't developed advanced resolution yet.
No.
But that's how.
That's because they're too busy screwing monkeys.
But I also didn't know that women, that Egypt had a. I mean, I'm not saying she's obese, but I mean she has some meat on her. I mean she has some curves. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, she's taking care of herself. Kind of, sort of. I didn't know Egypt
maybe
had
she'll
enough
be doing
food.
some hard labor in jail.
Monkey jail. Yeah.
Monkey jail.
God, this is insane. Well, first of all, I didn't know there's anything wrong with blowing a monkey in a pet store.
Oh my Lord!
It didn't say.
What kind of defense is that?
What about all those times? What about all those times, Becky? What about all those times that the monkeys got all like, you got, one of the cup of fill with the women, huh? You know what I'm talking about? You go to the zoo.
Okay, you're talking about monkeys that go around flinging shit.
No. I'm talking about, there's images of monkeys, orangutans, just filling up on women, grabbing their boobs, grabbing their breasts.
You would too if you could get away with it.
How do they know they can get away with it? This is what I'm
Deacon.
About.
They're monkeys. You're not gonna arrest a monkey for being a monkey. It's just a monkey.
I don't know.
So is monkeys can do it a valid defense?
Depends where you are.
Depends on if you're a monkey or a man.
Obviously not
depends
in
on,
Egypt.
what state you're in.
Yeah. Maybe in Florida.
Yeah, well, in Florida.
Oh my Lord.
Florida.
No,
Which I'm
we're not even going
surprised.
in there.
I'm surprised she's not a Florida woman.
I thought it was too before I read into it.
Oh.
A Florida woman vacation in Egypt.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She might have some Florida DNA in her or something. I don't know how that works.
Turns out she was a Florida man.
Well, sounds like she has monkey DNA in her. But anyway.
How does a repeat offender not know that this is wrong?
Well, I think the article said she was a repeat offender of crimes of morality, which, if I understand, Egypt is pretty broad.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, she could have been touching donkeys. She could have been fingering goats. I mean,
could have been.
Oh, good Lord Almighty.
All sorts of things. Could have been flashing herself.
Unlawfully exposing herself to chickens. Yeah. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
Smiling too big.
Oh my gosh.
All sorts of stuff.
Okay, are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Please.
New Year 2019, U.S. military apologizes for bomb tweet.
Why?
Well,
what was the tweet?
Did they?
It's a It was posted on hours before the ball drop.
Let me.
Tradition rings in the new year by dropping the big ball. If ever needed, we are ready to drop something much, much bigger. Watch to the end.
Did Trump? Did Trump take their Twitter profile or something? Jesus Christ!
That's so awesome.
That's by the U.S. Strategic Command.
I don't see anything wrong with this. It says they're ready to.
They're ready to. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a threat. They're prepared. They're supposed to be fucking prepared.
This is the ultimate
There's
America
nothing wrong
fuck
with
yeah.
this.
They're gonna drop Amy Schumer if ever needed.
Or the monkey woman. I mean, you know.
Let me guess. The outrage.
They did apologize, though.
Why? There's nothing.
I don't know.
And let me tell you something, Becky.
Look, I could tell you, Joe Cicerone or something.
Joe who?
Cicerone.
Joe something Italian.
Yeah, Joe Passione. I'm just kidding. Author of Nuclear Nightmares, Securing the World Before It Is Too Late, said, At first, I did not believe that this could be real, but it is. It's an industry ad doubling as a sick bragging joke by our strategic command. Disgraceful.
Well.
Yeah.
So,
I bet that guy weaved his own pubic hair into a sweater. That guy doesn't sound cool.
I like that.
No, that was good.
Here's the thing. You know, people who are outraged by this, all I have to say is, where are you protesting and throwing outrage about all the fucking bombs we are dropping, motherfucker? The hundreds of people dying just because of what? We just want to throw some bombs in poor countries because of what? You know? Fucking A, man.
People touching monkeys.
People touching monkeys, man. Shit. Maybe we need to throw some bombs in Egypt. Teach them a lesson. Just throw that bitch in the desert. We'll throw her a bomb. She'll learn her lesson this time.
You know, here's the other thing is that saying we're ready to drop something much bigger. Well, it's, you know, that's like...
Rosie O'Donnell?
I mean, if we're talking...
Sorry.
Who's bigger, Amy Schumer or Rosie O'Donnell?
Twice as devastating as Hiroshima.
Moab, mother of all bummers.
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop it. It just came out.
That's what.
Shut up, Jesse.
But there's everything in the Air Force arsenal is bigger than this stupid plastic ball in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a tweet by the U.S. Army, or sorry, U.S. Strategic Command. Come on now. Come on. You know what it is. Yeah, that's what they do. That's their job. You don't like it. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? You're in the fucking U.S., man.
Go hold a drum circle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
They're just gonna drop a copy of the tax code. Like a bound copy of the tax code.
Okay, now that's going too far, mister.
That would take out a house easily. Easily if you dropped it from a stealth bomber.
That's brutal. Oh my god.
Okay, the next one.
Crimes against humanity.
Netflix to public. Please don't try blindfolded BirdBox challenge at home.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so what's challenge?
Where should you do it?
So, of course, in our social media obsessed culture, people have been donning eye blinds and trying to do stuff, sometimes with painful results. Netflix released a statement saying, "Can't believe I have to say this, but please do not hurt yourselves with this BirdBox challenge. We don't know how this started and we appreciate the love, but boy and girl have just one wish for 2019, and it is that you do not end up in the hospital due to memes."
Well, we know what we have to do now.
Time out. There's already something wrong with that. It's not progressive enough. Boy and girl? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? That's fucking offensive, man. Fucking boycott Netflix. What about the other genders out there? The 20,000+ that there are. What
I think we need to get the person doing the waxing to do the BirdBox challenge.
That's a whole different kind of BirdBox there.
Oh.
Sorry, Jesse.
They might just miss me. There's a chance they could just flat out miss me. I'll take this.
What?
I'll take this.
Yeah, but if they
no, but Jesse, what you missed was who we were blindfolding. We're not blindfolding you.
No. Yeah, you're blindfolding them. They might just flat out miss me. I mean, they might not.
No, they won't.
Then they got to try again, though.
Oh.
So
yeah.
But they get 3 tries.
But they could go a little bit further south with the wax, and that would be really
I'll take that chance.
Interesting.
I'll take that chance. They're blindfolded. I'll take that chance. I'll take that chance. Like, would I rather go face to face with Sandra Bullock with a handgun or handgun and blindfolded? Handgun and blindfolded. She was flat out shooting at nobody, nothing. That scene was stupid. What the fuck were you doing in that scene? Jesus Christ.
There was a lot of stupid.
Watch it. Why were they?
There was a lot of stupid.
They were blindfolded because Amy Schumer was naked, running around everywhere.
Oh wow,
naked.
Makes all
Amy
the sense
Schumer, Rosie O'Donnell. Oh shit! It was Hillary Clinton was
It's like
out
Attack on Titan.
there. Yeah, Attack on Titan, just
Attack on
giant,
Titan, but it's just female comedians. It's like,
giant Titans, female comedians, and old haggard politicians with their
telling
tits,
bad jokes.
their tits hanging low, just swinging all over the place.
Oh my lord!
That's what it is. Yeah, that would actually be a better movie. Nick,
Swinging low.
No, I'm just saying. What would you
That would be
describe?
the title of the better movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Jesse, don't you have bad book covers?
We do. Let's ask Rekieta this. Have you seen The Happening? The movie where everyone's all killing themselves because of wind, because of the trees?
Oh, no, I didn't watch that. That looked awful.
It is awful. BirdBox is pretty much that, but they're killing themselves because they see something that nobody else can see, so they have to blindfold themselves.
Well, if they see the thing, then it makes them feel bad. Gives them really bad feelings, and then they kill themselves.
In
Wait,
funny
really?
ways.
Like they literally like see something and then suicide from it?
Yeah, like within seconds.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I can't, like, what would that even be?
I don't know, but honestly, the suicide scenes are pretty hilarious. There's one there's one hardcore one where the chick walks into a fire into a burning car. I was like, okay, that looked interesting. But then there's one where like this, and it had to be the big chick. It had to be the biggest one there. I was like, okay, now this looks like a Chris Farley skit. What the fuck, man? Here's a fat chick. I'm sorry, we're just running right through a window. I was like, come on. Okay, anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Bad book covers. Okay, Nick, I didn't sneeze to you. I don't know if you have the stream up.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I
this
do,
will be
yeah.
a delay. So what we do here is we riff on bad book covers, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Though this one, I think we'll do fake or fucked. You like that, guys?
I haven't looked them up.
You haven't looked them up? They're the
No.
ones. There's the ones we sent earlier.
Oh no, I still haven't looked them up.
Oh, don't worry. I think, well, even better. You can play the game. Okay.
Okay.
The one that's up right now, that's from last time. Let me pull up this stuff. And
Are you? Which one are you putting up first?
the first one I'm putting up is...
The Scottish one.
Oh, okay. Let's do that one. The Scottish one. Let me stop the screen.
And Nick, I'm really sorry about this.
What is happening?
A wee bit lower, lassie.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. This cover.
He couldn't keep on a shirt. She couldn't keep off her knees. Written by a chick, too.
Avril
boy.
Honeycutt?
Honeycutt.
Honeycutt. All right.
Definitely a real name, not a pen name. Okay, that was probably written by a guy. We're gonna.
Yeah, probably. A wee bit lower, lassie. Now,
Wee bit lower, lassie.
you think this is real? Is this a real book? Is this a real book?
This is how the dialogue goes. I love you, wee bit lower, lassie. I love you.
Oh my lord.
Is it real?
I'm going with not real.
I'm gonna say fake.
Becky, what is it?
Yeah.
Is it real or is it fake?
I'm looking. It seems to be quite fake. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, all the listeners out there, here's an opportunity.
Yep.
No.
Cover's all ready for you.
You can make this real. Okay.
Make it
Please
happen.
don't.
The next one I have here is, as far as I guess, I think you might get a kick out of this one. Cocktails,
Oh.
Volume 1.
Hold on, I'm waiting for it to pop up on my side here.
Oh, it's
There we go. Oh, cocktails.
It's not that exciting. Volume 1. Is this real?
Man, I hope that's real, but I think it's fake. But I'm gonna go with real. I'm gonna go with real anyway.
All right.
I know the answer to this.
Okay, SK, you go. You think it's real?
Well, I wish it had an author's name, but honestly, it's not the worst cover we've seen.
No, it might be one of the better ones.
Yeah. So I'm voting real on this one.
It's real.
Jesse, do you know? Okay.
It's real. It's real.
Jesse, you weren't supposed to know.
I know. I'm the one. I know. Don't worry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right. How about this
Jesse
one?
wrote it. No.
Oh, but not based on true experience. Not at all. Gotta put that out there.
Sure.
Okay. How about this one? Who ate the damn pizza rolls? I swear to God, I'm gonna shoot you in your stupid fucking face.
I think I've seen
Also-
this. I'm gonna go with fake.
I
like the also.
I wish it
Case
was
of
real.
the girl who was shot in her stupid face.
I love
Yeah,
covers
two
like
full-length
these.
novels.
I love covers like these.
For 15 cents. Come on, it's a bargain.
Oh man.
Is that
It's not
NRA
real.
approved?
Oh,
It's not real.
Oh, come on. We got to make this real.
No.
Come on. We could totally do it. And 2 full-length Jack Hunter novels? Come on.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You have the
No.
author's name right there, Jack Hunter. It would work. Okay,
Cake.
move forward to the next one.
Cake. Jack's his brother.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
I say it's Jake Hunter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad. Okay, what
Jack's
about this
his
one?
brother. He did the other one.
Do the one that says denim on it. Has the denim word denim on it.
I'm sorry. My bad. I pulled up.
Please.
Do you want to play with my balls? That's the one I pulled up. So let me just.
Oh, I
Is
know
this
if that's
your-
a real
is this
book
your
or
book,
not.
Jesse?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's.
Do you
Yeah,
want?
I'm
they're
gonna
all
go
eating-
with yes. That's a real book.
Which one?
Do you
balls
want
Do you want?
book?
Yeah. Do you want to play with my balls?
Do you want to play with my balls?
Look,
SK,
the one on
what
the
do you
right.
say?
The one on the right's eating bull balls, just like Jesse did.
Just
Jesse,
like
Jesse, do you know if it's real or not? I know.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay,
So-
SK.
I'm going with fake.
And Nick said
It's real.
It's real.
Oh, I said real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real.
No, really?
I've seen a video of a grandmother reading this to her grandchild, and oh my God, is it hilarious. She is dying laughing. It is the funniest thing. I'll have to send y'all the link. But oh my God, it is the funniest thing you have ever seen.
It would have to
She
be.
is like in tears.
But
And the grandkids like looking at her like, what the hell's wrong with you, Grandma?
yeah, like I'm kind of looking now. Like,
Mhm.
what the hell's wrong with the author and the illustrator? I mean, should
I
we
don't
go digging into what they research? Should the NSA look at what they
Yeah.
research? Shit.
Well, Lady Racket said real, and then she said I, and it kind of broke. Oh, she finally responded. I've read it. It's ridiculous. So.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my word!
Oh, she read it to your kids. Fuck.
Yeah,
it must be on
probably.
your shelf.
I'm sorry.
I thought maybe we had it when she was saying real in all caps. Like,
denim.
we have this book somewhere.
All right, I'll do
You
the
might
denim
want to
one.
move this into your nightstand, Nick.
All right, I loaded the next
on
one
the
up.
top shelf.
Just slide that one across. You know?
She said, sorry, I did not buy it.
Oh,
Suck
God.
my nasty chin, Denim Daddy.
I know whether this one's real or not, too.
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with real on that one.
I'm going to
SK?
go with.
I'm thinking fake.
I'm thinking real. This is
Just-
real. This is real.
I mean, it's got John Travolta on the cover,
Yeah, it has to be real.
and that's got to be.
She said, I'm going to buy that one. We should have had her call in.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
I don't
getting
know.
out my good jeans.
Reese Witherspoon and John Travolta on the cover,
All right.
but I think it's a faker.
I'm going
It's
real.
fake.
It's fake.
fake.
Oh man, they can make this one real. Come on, they can do this.
They had
You're right,
they had
Nick.
me sold with that Kismet binding there and everything.
Mm-hmm. Very, very convincing. Good job. All right, let's see. Have one more. Actually, maybe a bonus. Let's see. Let's do this one real fast. God loves everyone but you. Because you're Chinese. Oh, look at that girl. Is she Chinese? What's going on there?
No,
A Rand McNally book.
Sorry.
Is it real or not real?
That's real. Is it?
what?
Okay, not real.
No.
It
I'm
needs to
gotta
be
go with
real.
not real.
It needs to be real though. Come on, not everyone. Some people be like, he doesn't love you. You've been bad today, you know.
Are you guessing that, or do you know? Because I know.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It can't be real.
Yeah, it's too insulting, right? I mean,
Lowercase G on God tells me it's fake.
yeah.
With a capital D.
Oh yeah. So what was it supposed to be then? Because if they photoshopped this, why would they make it the G lowercase? Huh.
Yeah,
I'm
I
confused.
don't-
Dad loves
I don't
you? Dad loves everyone but you? Huh. I'm confused on their Photoshop job then. Is it real, Becky?
No.
Then they photoshopped this somehow and they fucked up. You know what? Now that I look at it, the G is fucked up. It needs to be capitalized. But it looks like there's some blur, like some erase marks. Is the Y kind of erased a little bit? Like it.
It looks like there's some text that was removed that's
Yeah.
behind. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it does. Poor job.
This is not skillful use of the cloning tool. Let me just say that.
No, not at all.
Put this person back in the CRISPR machine until we get a better one.
Yes. I'm gonna find one more for a guest. Let's see what he has to say about this one. Let's see. If it is real or not. Let me find it fast. If I can. Let's see. Well, I'm looking for it. I had it loaded, ready to go. Oh, okay.
While you're doing that, let me make a comment. I love the graphic with the scales there, Becky. That's great. Except you do not get to sit in judgment at the center.
Oh, bullshit, I don't. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell.
Yeah, well. Who you telling, Jesse?
All right.
Yeah,
Here we
like
go.
that'll do you any good.
Oh, my dog.
Here we go. This one.
Satan was a lesbian. Oh man, I want that to be real.
Is it real? Or is it fake or is it fucked?
No, see, I saw this movie and it had Elizabeth Hurley
And Brendan Fraser.
and Brendan Fraser, and that would explain so much about that movie.
I'm gonna take the gamble. I think it's real. Not enough earrings on Satan though.
Oh, fuck.
Should have him going all the way up the.
And no
ear there.
tattoos.
Yeah, no tattoos.
Should have a blue goatee as well.
I know what it is. Becky, do you know what it is?
I have no clue.
All right, take a guess.
I would say, unfortunately, it's probably real.
I think it might be real. This looks really good. This is well done, by the way. If it's a fake,
You guys are right. This one is real. Satan was a lesbian. This was a classic cover I saw years ago, and I was like,
the truth is out there, people.
Yep.
Imagine all of the value you're getting for that 95 cents. Like, God.
You're right. And
The level of information in that book.
And you know what, Nick? I do my homework. I was like, let me see if I could find this or read it on the show. And I found it.
Yes.
And it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, the cover makes it seem like it'd be.
Ouch.
The cover seemed like it was going to be like insulting and just out there, but it's kind of bland. It's like just, I don't know, kind of boring. But I guess we could read it one day. I don't know. Look for the juicy parts. Shit. Oh, man. Well, that was horrible covers. Fuck, what else we got?
That's it.
That's it. Well, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Rekieta, I know you have a stream later on after this that you got to do. We'll be talking about what? Talk about
He's probably gonna be talking about you.
And how I need a lawyer.
Let me tell you about this guy
yeah,
that is
man,
definitely getting arrested within the next. No.
No,
Oh,
but
fuck.
I mean, he's gonna be telling everybody to subscribe to the channel because because their co-host wants to see him get his ass crack waxed.
Ladies.
That's all I want for my birthday.
I mean, I want you guys to sub, yeah, but I mean, do you really want to see me get waxed? Get my ass waxed?
They ain't watching me get waxed, so
I want to hear it. I don't want to watch it, but I do want to hear it.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
I'll make sure that you can just hear it.
The camera is going to be at my face. That way you just see the reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the mic needs to be by the cheeks.
I will try to make the mic by the cheeks. I can't 100% guarantee that due to... But
We'll hear you.
You will hear it. You will hear it.
We'll hear.
And then
we'll
you
hear
can
it.
see the wax afterwards.
And
Right with the blood.
Yeah.
I might...
Well,
I'll take-
and then the nuts attached to it.
And
I'll
all
take
the
pictures. I'll take pictures and I'll put them up on Instagram. Try to model for that. You know, maybe start my male modeling days there. You know, maybe I'd be like a power bottom or something.
Oh, I know
maybe
why
could be
he's
like a
getting
bear.
this done. So he can
Yeah.
have a chocolate butthole made.
What the?
Then you can have a chocolate
so
butthole
you can
made.
you can have a mold made of your.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Butthole.
That's
Remember, you
right.
can have a chocolate butthole made.
That's right. We
You
talked
can
about
make it
this.
for SK for Valentine's. I'll pay for it if you send it to my brother.
Hey Nick,
Oh, that's
um,
good.
that there was a article we read where apparently these people who have money and nothing better to do will make chocolate. I guess a chocolate mold out of their sphincter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a I would say a Hershey Kiss, but that's a really bad
Chocolate
comparison.
stars.
Yeah, it looks like a chocolate starfish.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's sadly it's a real thing.
Yeah, it really is. And they also have them that you can get them gold plated or silver plated.
Oh, okay.
That's no lie.
It's learning. We're learning here about things you cannot unhear and unsee. That's what we do here on the show.
Yeah,
Besides
well,
talking shit about crazy stuff.
It
Okay.
was not me that found that news article, by the way.
Was it me? Who
No.
was it? Oh,
It was SK.
oh, of course.
Listen
Well-
to me whistling.
Well, Mr. Rekieta, it was great having you on the show. It was a blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Anytime you want to hop on and talk, feel free to do so. Yeah, I mean, that's...
And we have you on recording as promising to come back, right?
Sure.
right.
Legally
Yeah.
binding.
Sure,
Legally binding.
right?
Yeah.
No, I'd love to. Just let me know. I'm serious.
Okay, sounds
slowly
good.
backing away.
Just let me know.
All right, sounds good.
Changing addresses and deleting my Twitter. And, no, I'm just kidding. Of course, yeah, have me on. Absolutely.
All right,
We
Nick.
would love to have you back.
And it's good. It's good to hear from a lawyer here and there without having to be billed for it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're getting billed for this. I thought we were.
Oh,
clear on
yes.
that.
Yeah, he's double billing you. Remember, we discussed this.
Oh,
Thankfully, you've identified roughly where you live too, so I know where to. I'm just gonna send a bill to everybody in the south side of Houston.
thank you.
That's only like
Or
2 million
Seattle.
bills.
Or Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington.
Well, you can
Do
bill
the hipsters in Seattle even have mailboxes? Like,
I think
is that
SK. Are you a hipster?
Well, I am.
He uses
He's
carrier
in Seattle?
It's carrier pigeon.
My folks are from Idaho. I was born here. I'm a anti-hipster type. So I really don't fit in well.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you just go down to the Mission to get your mail.
Yeah, makes sense.
He uses carrier pigeon. Don't let him lie to you.
Yeah, I believe that. All right, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Press a thumbs up if you like it, sub, and share. Leave a comment, whatever. Y'all take it easy.